Good evening, everybody. I am a USA forecaster, JD Rapp, back with you. We just have a new tornado warning that goes in effect 10:30 this evening. So let's go right back to Storm Commander, and I'm going to sort this warning out for you. This is in effect for South Central California County and South Central Arkansas, South Central Sheridan County, and Western Arkansas, North Central Walker County, Eastern Oklahoma, North Central Liberty County, Oklahoma, into 10:30. At 10:30, 9:33, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado is located 3 miles north of Shreveport, Mooney's Shreveport, Mooney's at 50 miles per hour. So we have a hazardous tornado. If you live in any of these communities down here in Arkansas, Interstate 40 in Arkansas between miles marked 0 and 8, and Interstate 54 miles marked 1 and 14. So this is the time to get centered and get covered. This is a tornado warning. It goes in effect at 10:30 right now. So far, this is just a radar indicated tornado. That means we have some rotation has been detected, just like we've been seeing the last couple hours. So you definitely want to be moved to your tornado safe spot right now. Is hunker down. All right. Can you hear me, Isaac? Can you hear me?
You guys hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear. Can you hear me?
I can hear you a little bit off and on there, but we can definitely tell that cell that is pushing through.
All right, we have one.
Yeah. So that cell that's pushing through Fort Smith. I saw the radar imagery. We got an area of cold air that's slicing in on the rear end. Might be what near the base of the storm. That is very healthy rotation with that. At least a broad area of shear, nevertheless. That you got a great Boeing segment that's pushing east over eastern Oklahoma, western Arkansas, that area. So definitely concerned about that wind threat. You can see we can see a little bit of surface-based lifting, that red stuff there. So so we can see the
definitely want to be in your tornado safe spot right
now. Yeah, again, you folks in the Fort Smith vicinity. And yeah, we're definitely seeing. Hold on, I got some messages. So yeah, that we can see a Boeing segment that's severe warned, but the basis of that tornado warning, we have that area of surface-based lifting that's along Fort Smith, and you get a great glimpse of it on radar. We see at least 20
I see it. I see it. It looks pretty decent sheared.
Plus shear associated with that.
So if anybody in this pink polygon needs to move to a safe spot.
Yeah. So yeah, they just.
All right, we just got the tornado warning.
Okay, so again, I
will still, you got that Boeing.
That previous radar scans that I looked at. So the previous radar scans I looked at, there was a strong area of inflow. That it doesn't really look to be. It doesn't really look to be there on the newer scans, but I mean, we can see there are stronger downdrafts associated with that. So the cold air that's wrapping in on the back end, that air is sinking down towards the surface. So very strong downdraft. So this is transition definitely to more of a damaging wind threat as things have evolved throughout the course of the evening.
And that's what we thought about all.
I will advise
so that's what me and you
folks in.
Yeah, so this is what we thought about. Yeah, this is what we thought about all day, Isaac. We could see 1 or 2 tornado warnings be issued. Me and Austin already track warnings, and plus I did a handful of severe thunderstorm warnings tonight, and we are having reports of more now likely. I'm getting go to the radar quickly of starting to get 55 miles of gust reported and 60 miles of gust reported up here towards Joplin.
Okay, yeah, definitely the northern flank of that line. That shortwave is rapidly pushing into the Ozarks as we speak. So definitely parts of northern Arkansas and southern Missouri will definitely be impacted throughout the course of the night. That severe thunderstorm watch definitely covers a lot of the more central parts of and northern parts of Arkansas as well. So I mean, we'll probably see two separate Boeing segments or clusters of storms impact those areas throughout the night. At least along the main Boeing segment will we probably see the highest severe threat. This isn't going to be a widespread damaging wind event or anything that I would compare to a derecho, no. But as that activity continues to track towards the Mississippi Valley, definitely do expect still at least modest instability heading into tonight into tomorrow morning, but a brunt of the instability comes later in the morning into the afternoon hours. So sections of southern Illinois
Yeah. So
and towards Missouri, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, um, anywhere
yeah. So
down towards there.
this is what folks. So I'm going to put this out, Isaac. This is a night where you still want to have your weather radios in handy. This is not the night you want to drop them and say, "Oh, the threat has ended." We do think we can see some straight line winds. Even you don't see a tornado tonight, you're going to see some straight line to wind damage, right?
Yeah, I mean, the threat is there for at least the next several hours across mostly central into northern parts of Arkansas and towards that surface low and maybe a bit of southern Missouri as well. But I mean,
Yeah,
into
here's a marker
tomorrow.
by Fort Smith area. Yeah, here's another marker, Isaac, a red one.
Okay, so when I see the red markers, that there is still a healthy rotating updraft with the storm. So when you're seeing that, definitely infer that there is a at least focus near the mid levels. There, that again, this doesn't mean the storm's going way far upscale or there's base rotation that would prompt anything tornadic. But still, based on the storm relative factor, so like not factoring in motion or anything like that, you can see the potential inflow, the green, the greens that you're seeing on there. So I mean, this is still a good column of warm air that's wrapping around, a warm saturated air, if you will. So I mean, probably along that cell or that particular area or just ahead of the Boeing segment, maybe you may see initially some small hail, but mostly a wind concern. Obviously, this is a part of a stronger appendix, so a Boeing segment that's pushing through Arkansas and even parts of towards Texarkana. You see that other warned area. So I mean, as that
Let me
activity
take a look at
continues.
that for a second. All right, we still got all right, we got a green marker, so we would probably still need to watch that one. Severe thunderstorm warning we can continue to 10:45 for South Central. Well, I can't pronounce this one. Can you pronounce that, Isaac?
I mean, hold on. I'm using my phone to convey, but hold on one second. Um, oops. How
So,
is that?
like I said, I'm trying to see here.
But yeah, I mean that is pushes through northeast Texas, southeast Oklahoma, parts of southern Arkansas. That's an area where we have potentially. Uh, it's obviously not close to the surface. See the effect of how you know odds.
Still there, Isaac? You still there?
Cold air that tunnels out on the back sides. That wrong.
This severe thunderstorm wind goes in effect at 10:30.
And yeah, do bear with me as we
Okay, let's see. Looking at for potentially for some hail with this. Still looks like the potentially for not much wiggling with this, so that's some pretty good news. We don't have that. We just got a new tornado wind, Isaac.
Okay, yes, the southern flank of that line, we have a little bit of a surface-based column of warm air that or inflow that's likely turning into the storm there. So, yeah, we've seen an area of coupling storm.
So if you're in that tornado wind again, you definitely need to be shaking some shelter right now. If this is a nighttime event, you're definitely not going to see the tornado coming, if it even was. And we already had one down in Texas earlier. Did you see that, Isaac?
So look, the
All right, this is in effect until 10:45 at 10:19 Central Time. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing tornadoes on both expanded from straight line wind were located near Haven Stone to State Park, or 15 miles southeast of Oto Moonstrom, 50 miles per hour, so hazard tornado. So if you would be any one of these communities, you definitely want to get covered right now. This is a tornado warning that goes into effect to 10:45. So this could be producing some straight line wind damage, Isaac.
Yeah, I've seen the radar image. We can see.
See, and you can see we've already been seeing potentially for
and then yeah, that is that area that is a very strong area of bowing. It's bowing out that particular area, and I mean that is producing like anywhere in that polygon. You're definitely seeing very strong straight line winds and probably embedded tornadoes in there. That could be rain wrapped and not.
So this is the time.
Too heavy rain and
please,
you know,
if you're in that
skies.
so please, if you're in that polygon, shake shelter immediately right now. Do not wait on this tornado. It's dark. You're not going to see it. Head to the lowest floor of the center or part of your house. Mobile homes are not going to be safe right now, Isaac.
Yeah, so I mean,
even this storm does not produce a straight line wind damage with it, right?
well, yeah, I mean, any non-site built shelter or any non-site built structure, I should say, you know, um, isn't necessarily safe in, you know, tornadic like wind speeds where it could be widespread or sustained for a period of time. And then just looking at the dual polarization products you had up there. I mean, there there's that element. There's nothing picked up by the area of sinking air, but there is a strong area of Boeing. You can see that rotation's picking up.
Yes, goodness.
And
I see it.
I would focus on the closer in on that area if you're looking at CC. But I mean, you can see red against green there, about 40 knots plus at the very least, and it's
so
Boeing
that
out.
is pretty strong. 40 knots is pretty strong.
Inflow, and then there's strong outflow, and it's coupling against each other. So I mean, that is definitely strong low level rotation that's associated with that as it tracks into western parts.
There's another marker right there.
Could you zoom in a little bit?
Polygon right now. So if anybody in the tornado polygon would need to be taking cover now. Do not wait on the tornado, hit to your safe spot right now. This is not the time you want to be driving on the road. This tornado is moving at 50 miles per hour, so this is very quick. Think about driving on the road, on the highway. This is how fast the tornado is moving, right?
Yeah, I mean, mostly rural areas being impacted, but that looks like it's intensifying quite a bit. And if that trend does continue, other locations and further east will probably be impacted as well towards that orange line you see running just east of there. So I mean, yeah, it looks okay. But I mean, you can see how that cold air is that sinking cold air is wrapping in on the back side of that activity. This is like widespread sinking air and probably micro downbursts probably as well. You're going to have to keep paying attention, you folks in that area as well. So
please do not let your guard down. This is a tornado warning, and even this tornado does not drop a tornado. You could see some very strong wind damage. What did this thing say here, Isaac? The StreamYard thing came up. What did the thing
say? Ignore that.
Okay. So back to radar just a second. We'll see what it shows again. Let's check new scan here, see what it says. Just let it load. And you see how that big line of storms has been coming in. This has been a pretty decent, healthy couplet, haven't it? Let me check the couple colors. Don't see any blue or any pink in the debris ball yet, but still, this is nighttime, Isaac, and it's kind of hard.
At correlation coefficient. I don't. Obviously, we're not seeing any debris that's being lofted or anything like that on CC. But I mean, that is only one indicator of what we have going on. Obviously, the radar is not good at depicting, what is being picked up at the ground. So I mean, obviously, even if this is a radar indicated tornado warning, I mean that is just rotation that's based with it. Radar, we don't have. It's probably too dangerous to chase in those conditions. So I mean, there could be a tornado embedded in there, and we don't know if anything's on the ground or not. So
I mean, this is probably going to happen the rest of the night. If you're going to be a tornado chaser, you really need to be good at it, because these could be very life situations where you're not going to see the tornado. It could just be in a big rain band where you're not going to see it. So please take these as severe thunderstorm warnings as seriously too, because I'm looking at this, Isaac, and they're starting to show me some signs of these could have some, maybe producing tornadoes right here too. The text said tornadoes possible. So
yeah. What?
All right, tornado warning continues to 10:45, so it's still showing me some pretty decent shear there, so we can indicate that tornado still, if you and Nates or Horn area, or any of these listed communities, you definitely want to be in your tornado safe spot and make sure you're taking this as pretty seriously as you can tonight, because any of these severe thunderstorm warnings, Isaac, could produce a brief tornado, even a weak tornado, can still cause some damage, can it? Animate. Can you see it now?
I am. I do what I mean. I, there, you can see evidence of some of that colder air that's dropping towards the ground, that sinking air, like that's wrapping around. Uh, so that's definitely a sign you got it. Good inflow and a very healthy low level updraft. So I mean, that's a classic signature. You just never really know. That's why you got to take this
Still, that
activity
still looks
seriously.
Like let's see. Velocity again. Yeah, it's still right next to green, Isaac. This storm still looks pretty decent. Moving northeast at 50 miles per hour. Still has the potential of producing a tornado. Has that red next to green. Still giving you some pretty decent strong cheered. So in this whole severe thunderstorm warning, I would still take seriously too. It runs into effect for south central, for parts of Franklin County, central Arkansas, south central Calhoun County, and central Arkansas, south central Starbird County, and central Arkansas to 11:15. At 10:22, a severe thunderstorm located along a line extended from 5 miles southwest of Allen to 2 miles north of Vernonville, or 4 miles southeast of Hempford, moving east around 45 miles an hour. So hazardous. 60 miles of wind gusting up to quarter size. Heading listed down in these communities, you definitely want to take the storm seriously in case it would possibly drop a tornado with it. Also, too, we could get some spinning going, because the atmosphere has been really conducive for storms today, right, Isaac?
Yeah, we've had
Yeah, I'm getting a little concerned about. I'm getting a little concerned about these storms right here.
Yeah,
could push into Western Kentucky. You think they could, Isaac?
Well, yeah, the northern flank of that looks like the but still a marginally favorable environment for at least a couple of storms that may produce embedded damaging wind and an isolated tornado, perhaps, depending on how far north, like all that moisture and vex, that the surface based heating, and I think instability and everything. I've looked at the some of the models earlier in the day, and kind of looks as if we may have sporadic, um, but I mean the low level shears and everything that it's there. But I mean, we're not expecting a um, like a substantial tornado event that far north.
That's a good thing. So we still got the tornado warning down here. Still continues to about 10:45. Still look like let's look at the newest thing here and see if we have any. Yeah, they're still showing me red next to green with this. So that is some pretty decent tight rotation, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I mean, pretty much the whole line is sheared. But again, there's that focusing in on that tornado warned area. You can see you got very good inflow, very good outflow, and then just a very strong low level base rotating column of air, and then the colder air that's wrapping in on the backside of that. So definitely very classic signatures that we've seen on radar over the course of the past few hours and leading up to now. So
Yeah, and I think we'll see storms like this tomorrow too. I think, right?
well, yeah, I mean, a brunt of the instability we were looking at was in the case of today, but I mean that shortwave is really going to influence our patterns locally heading into tomorrow. I mean, uh, we will potentially have that colder, that concern for
Still there?
um, at least a marginal instability environment. I mean, obviously, some of it could be surface based, but again, the tornado risk would probably be highest south of I-72 and east of I-55, and then probably down towards.
Okay, so you're still in this tornado warning. Let's see. Pull up velocities again. Let's animate the warning. Yeah, it still looks like it's a pretty decent helping storm. So you still would be. This is the night where you still want to have your weather radios on. I mean, this is like I said, these storms are. This is still the night to have your weather radios on and still have multiple ways to get warnings. If you're still tomorrow is another day too, right? All right, we still got that one tornado warning, but we're going to back into about 10:30. So let's zoom in again. All right, the National Weather Service just issued. A minute, we'll get that. All right, we're gonna go right back with you just a second. We just have a couple new tornado warnings. So let me get my. All right, we got a new tornado warning. This goes in effect. So this goes in effect 11:15 for Point County, Central Arkansas, South Central Scott County, and Western Arkansas into around 11:15. At 10:36, severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Hartford, or 7 miles north is a minimum moon east around 45. So hazardous tornado. So we definitely have some more rotation with this, and we definitely want to be in your tornado safe spot again. Is make sure you have a way to be in, stay away from windows. Make sure you put many walls between you as possible. Let me try to get back to the radar again. Okay, we just keep on getting tornado warnings. You definitely, if are you in any of these warnings, you definitely want to be in your safe spot. Look at this. Goodness gracious. Still tight enough to be some, particularly some sheared there by Potter. If you're in Potter area, a Mullen or Board Camp, you need to be in your tornado safe spot. This is a tornado warning. Goes in effect until around 11:15. Still has that potentially of producing. This is a radar indicated tornado, so this doesn't mean we have a tornado on the ground. So be into your safe spot. Make sure you have multiple ways to get warnings. So we would. So tornado warnings are just going to continue for a little bit longer. So let me drill into a little more closely look here. Tornado warning that goes into effect for South Central Logan County and Central Arkansas, Central Scott County, and Central Arkansas until 11:15. At 10:39, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Olivia to near Woodville, Mooney, around 55 miles per hour. So hazardous tornado. So you definitely, are you any of these if you're any of these polygons, you definitely want to be in your tornado safe spot right now. We definitely have this moving at 50 miles an hour, so you want to be in your safe spot. And we definitely have a tornado warning right here, 11:15 for Central Scott County, Arkansas. These storms could produce tornadoes at any time, so please take these warnings pretty seriously tonight, because this is what we thought it would happening. A lot of storms are going to continue tonight, and I'm kind of watching these storms really closely. So far, we don't have no tornadoes on the ground yet. But there is potentially these storms having a punch of rotation. When I looked at the guidance most of the day, and this is what they're showing: a pretty decent line of thunderstorms capable of producing rotation. Okay, right back. So you just join me now. We having tornado winds are continuing. These storms could produce tornadoes through 11:15, and we do have a tornado wind to 11:15. This one's is moving northeast around 45 miles per hour. So you're definitely not going to have time to wait on these tornadoes. You need to be moving to your safe spot right now, into the center part of your house. Make sure you have blankets. Make sure you have an air mattress to go around, because these storms could be producing pretty decent tornadoes. So we'll pull up velocity again, and you can see this inflow notch. Goodness. So it's continuing to produce warnings. So you just with me, you have a tornado warning that goes in effect. Severe thunderstorm warnings will continue to 11:15 for Scott County. No confirmed report of a tornado on the ground yet, but we do have some pretty decent signs of rotation, and we want to continue to keep you updated through the night and break in as we need to. But we have a couple tornado warnings. 11:15. We'll pull up for potential for hail. I don't see any hail with these, but I'm going to pull up one of our tools that I use. Reports of trees and lots of debris on Highway 37 in Clarkville. Trees on roads, so we could be getting some pretty decent, some straight line winds. So you definitely need to have a way to have many ways to get warnings. We already have reports of trees down, and these could be possibility of brief tornadoes. Where I'm getting a little concerned tonight. We could have a little bit of that. So echo tops are pretty decent. So you want to be moving to your safe spot. Make sure you put blankets. We have a new tornado warning that goes in effect into 10:45. So far, we have not seen any confirmed report of a tornado on the ground yet. So that's one thankful thing we don't have. We only have 2 tornado warnings in place. So probably want to send things back for a little bit. If we see a new tornado warning develop, I would pop on to let you know. Right now, I'm going to sign off here. I'm forecaster JD Rapp with you, and we'll break back in as we need to.